What's up, everybody? My name is Astar Njau, aka Astar. I'm a digital enabler.
My name is Georgie Ndirangu. I'm a communications professional.
My name is Joy Wachira. I am a culture shaper and the CEO of Mad Fun Group.
My name is Mugambi Nthiga. I'm a filmmaker and a storyteller. I work on the stage and the screen.
What is the total number of sustainable development goals adopted by the United Nations? How many are there?
17.
Oh my
17.
God.
Yes, 17.
He's got it, you got it.
Just the way we woke up and there are no paper bags in this country.
Yes.
Somebody must say no more this, no more, and it's not let's reduce, just no more.
When is World Environment Day?
Oh my God.
We should know. It was just the other day, no?
What school did I go to?
And so where and when was the last Africa Climate Summit?
Nairobi,
Nairobi, Kenya.
Yeah.
Count
More details?
My name is Joy Wachira. I am a culture shaper and the CEO of Mad Fun Group, and I am an Africa Climate Ambassador 2024.
My name is Georgie Ndirangu. I'm a communications professional. I'm an African Climate Ambassador 2024.
What's up, everybody? My name is Astar Njau, aka Astar. I'm a digital enabler, also the founder and host of CTA, Cleaning the Airwaves.
My name is Mugambi Nthiga. I'm a filmmaker and a storyteller. I work on the stage and the screen.
Okay, so which is the most dangerous and prevalent greenhouse gas?
Do we deliberate?
Begin.
CO2?
Is it CO2?
Georgie has it, carbon dioxide, I
Is it
believe.
carbon dioxide?
Yeah.
No?
Which is the one
Why?
that the cows are making?
Oh my God,
Yeah.
cows are making
Methane.
gas.
Methane.
But prevalent.
The most prevalent one.
The most prevalent.
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
noticing the way I would say it.
CO2.
Okay,
I don't know.
I guess
I think.
We've decided.
Yeah?
we
Okay,
have,
sorry.
I feel like we've come out as a union to say CO2.
Okay, you know what?
Even if
Yeah.
you say it's not, it
I know.
It
I know the cows are most responsible.
for
Right. I think
You
right
don't have
now
a quiz night.
because of
Yes.
the but just for
methane.
movies.
Propane. Methane.
Yeah, I think it's methane, but it's because of Western countries' insane appetite for meat and how it's grown that you need more cows now, and there's more cows on Earth now that are being raised for beef than ever before.
Oh.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Is that the
Yeah.
one where they pierce and then they let the gas out and then they light? Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos of that.
On the
yeah.
face
What?
of this earth, it
Yeah.
shouldn't be
Of the what?
CO2 must be, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
I'll go with
I'm
that.
just
I know
asking.
nothing about this.
CO2.
so
I would say CO2 because
CO2 or
it's just
methane?
what makes sense.
Okay.
Maybe it's,
Okay.
that's
But
going to
if
be
you
a
have to
second
pick one,
choice.
I was thinking about methane, but I'll go with CO2.
Consider my vote null and void. You guys run with this one.
You sound like a boomer voter.
Yo.
I think CO2 is what he's saying. Yeah, CO2.
Okay, so
Yeah,
You
so
are
where are we
correct.
at?
You are
You're correct. Yeah, it's CO2, guys.
for yourself.
so where does methane? Yeah.
No, I was not helping to the.
Okay.
So methane,
I was not
and
helping
like
to the
oxide,
conversation.
And
Okay.
then there are like other industrial gases like like chlorofluorocarbons
Yeah.
and hydrofluorocarbons, etc.
Wow.
So what
Like-
is the
yeah.
greenhouse effect?
What's the greenhouse effect?
Yes.
On or just
In
the
relation
effect
to climate
generally?
The greenhouse effect.
Oh, it's where it
We just
goes.
talked about
Yeah.
greenhouse gases.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is the greenhouse effect?
So the
What
greenhouse
is the greenhouse gas like?
the greenhouse gases
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put a cover,
rise. Yeah, and exactly they make this
like a force field.
they envelope the earth,
The earth.
and therefore heat
Raises, go
heat,
Doesn't
heat
get
that's
out.
supposed to be what is it reflected back into
Out
the
of
atmosphere.
the atmosphere.
Bounce, keeps
Stays
bouncing.
It just
inside.
stays here, and that's why the global
The only
temperatures are
greenhouse I
rising.
know is a building.
Yeah, but that's why it's called the greenhouse. 'cause
Yeah.
No, the one in
No,
town.
you're talking about that Ngong Road.
right. But is that
Is he
that
correct?
Very close. You're very done
It's like a-
well. Yeah.
yeah.
So the greenhouse gases absorb solar energy. And
They absorb
heat closer.
solar energy,
Yes.
okay.
And then they keep heat closer to the Earth's surface rather than releasing it into space.
Yes.
So the trapping of that heat
Force
is
field.
is the greenhouse effect?
Right.
Nice. Okay.
Yup. Okay.
Hey, we're warmed up now.
Hey, do that sound effect. Ding ding.
We're warmed up now. Let's go.
Yeah, okay.
So then, in Kenya, which sector is the most responsible for greenhouse gas emissions?
Manufacturing.
Transport.
Is it manufacturing or transport?
But in Kenya,
In Kenya.
You said in Kenya, right?
Yes.
Yes.
manufacturing.
Not transport. We don't have that many cars, huh?
Or agriculture.
We do,
Agriculture?
but not many people. I don't know. But I would say manufacturing because of the amount of, even steel that we are doing now. Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Wait, I'm just going by
Manufacturing?
CBD, man. When you're walking, then you go home feeling like you smoked a few cigarettes.
So transport
So
for you.
transport.
I'm feeling like it's transport, but again, I was wrong about methane. So,
But is there an industry that is responsible for logging, that therefore leads? Oh, no, this means omission. That's omission.
No, it's greenhouse gases, right?
Okay. So that has to do with
Yes.
emission.
Yes, it has to do with emissions.
Okay.
The largest greenhouse gas
I'd
emitter.
actually go with you then on that.
We are
Maybe
there?
transport. Huh?
The
Transport.
largest, which one is the largest greenhouse gas emitter?
Because I don't see us like China with those
Yeah.
I just feel like people who live near warehouses and stuff like that have long-lasting side effects of, especially places that have manufacturing plants and industries. That's just the only reason I said manufacturing, but I don't know if it's the largest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's agriculture.
Agriculture. Okay, so we have what?
How does
Manufacturing, transport, and
agriculture
agriculture.
emit greenhouse gases?
From what
Same
you
thing,
just
CO
said, yeah.
Carbon dioxide now. We have, I think, some of the largest even available land for farming and subsistence and commercial farming.
Yeah.
And they plow it a lot. So I'm trying to see
But
whether
does that
there's
have to
any
do with
correlation.
Emission.
You're right.
Yeah, that's
actually.
emission. Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah. Who's emitting the most?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see also whether, so emissions in this case also of planes and stuff?
Yeah.
Yes. Anything that is
Yeah. I didn't even thought about
So, if,
transportation.
I mean,
transportation in the air.
Transport?
I would say
Okay.
transport.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, let's go with
Let's say it our
transport.
chest.
Stick to it.
Transport?
Yeah.
Transport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're wrong.
What?
It's agriculture. She has stuck to your answer.
It's agriculture.
Yes.
In Kenya.
And it's the question that he was asked. He asked, but how does that mean?
I agree with him. It has to do with logging and all of
But
those other
second
things.
to that is manufacturing industry.
So where does transport come?
I don't think we have
After
enough.
Cars. That's what I have.
Okay.
Enough.
Cars.
Yeah.
To be the largest. I was
be
going
the
by the
largest.
largest.
But I'm very
per capita.
interested to know
Okay.
about the agriculture one.
I think I have an
Yeah.
explanation for the agriculture, which I agree with him. One, agriculture people are logging a lot, so the deforestation. Then number two, it's what he talked about in terms of
Yeah. The
A
arable
lot of
land.
activity across the country.
yeah.
Oh, that's
That
worrying.
makes sense.
Okay.
So it's polluting the earth, feeding Kenya.
Oh, damn.
And that's like a
80-something percent.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's not even
18.8.
close. That's like a part.
18.8.
Oh, 80.
80.8.
Yeah, that's not even.
That's
Followed by industry at 23.3.
What?
Oh, so I'm sorry. Transportation comes a distant
Like after
third.
even that, yes.
Oh
After
man,
that,
I am
after
buying
Yeah,
a Prado.
that's it.
So then, next question is, what is the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah. What's that?
Isn't that carbon?
Yeah.
It's carbon.
Carbon, no? Carbon?
Diamond.
What did you say?
Carbon.
Diamond. Carbon.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
Well,
said
it's the same
diamond. You
answer.
said carbon.
So you said what?
It's the same answer.
Diamond is
Diamond.
Yeah, carbon.
I didn't know
Yes.
that.
Just
When you
compressed,
press it, yeah.
compressed carbon.
Do you know? Yes. Do you know why? Yes.
It sits-
Because of its strong. Let's go back to is it organic
Elements.
chem? So strong covalent
Bonds, yes. Yeah.
between its.
I should have paid attention
You
in
know,
chemistry.
I did.
But you know treasury bonds.
Talking about
I
chem,
do.
I did chem for 3 days
For 3 days.
You did what?
It came for 3 days.
because I flew in.
Don't tell that to anyone.
I'd never
Leave alone
done
on
chem
camera.
physics or I'd done biology.
Bio,
Then I rewound year 11, and then I was to choose my sciences. I went home. I said, hey, in UK I didn't do chem, so let me do chem this time. So I went home and I studied Friday, Saturday, Sunday. On Monday I came and the chem teacher asked me, what's an atom? And I said, I quit.
You is, I'm
And I took
quitting.
biology.
Ah, man.
Wow. Okay.
So on the biological side, though, which is the toughest substance biologically? Guess.
Okay, you who took
on
biology.
On the biological side. Just
The
the same question I
toughest
asked you, but on the
substance.
biological side.
So this is a substance that exists naturally.
That is, yes.
Biological.
That has a higher strength to weight ratio than conventional materials like
Could it be both?
aluminium and steel.
Gold.
It's
AU.
gold,
Is it gold?
biological.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a mineral.
Iron. I
Iron.
don't even.
It's spider silk.
Oh my God.
I thought it was something that an animal produces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
really?
thought so. Yeah.
Spider silk.
Spider silk.
Has a higher strength to weight ratio than aluminium and steel.
No way.
Spider-Man.
Hey, God is a ninja.
I swear.
He's like,
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Nice.
I'm going to rewatch Spider-Man.
Which continent is the driest on Earth?
Yo.
Driest.
The driest.
I know.
Is it the Middle
This sounds
East?
like a trick question.
Yeah, I
Africa
know.
sounds like it's the
The
right
easiest.
No,
answer
it's-
to do.
I don't think we are-
We have the Sahara.
Yeah, we have. But that's all we have. We have loads of water though. What's the
The
driest?
driest. Could it be Australia?
Could it be?
I've never heard Africa being called the driest
Yeah.
continent.
That's
Okay.
the
Actually, when you look at the ratio,
the belt around the equator.
When you look at I don't
makes
think
up
it's
for that,
Africa,
yeah.
guys,
No.
because all these guys, PG, I was going to say all this, are coming to buy carbon from.
Carbon credits.
Carbon credits from here. Yeah, it's true.
Asia?
Yeah, I thought so to Asia.
Asia,
Is that your final answer?
not
Okay,
Australia.
hold on.
Asia, Australia.
I'm not sure about Australia.
They looks like that car place which is just dry.
Oh yeah,
You know, from a ratio
we're going
perspective.
off of movies.
I want to go Asia from movies.
Asia.
I don't know. But
okay.
Asia, who's in Asia? No.
No,
Asia? I don't know, man.
hold on.
I think we just
That's
give it to
right.
our guys. Ooh.
Who, us?
Yeah.
I refuse.
Because of the.
That's Sahara.
Because of the Sahara.
I mean, it's wide.
But why would-
And
but why
we
would
are
we-
the
So it
driest.
says
Right.
who has what's the question? Who has the most?
Who's the
No,
driest?
which is the
It's not-
driest.
Driest.
Continent.
Which continent
Oh,
is the
from a
driest?
continent is
Yeah.
driest.
No, I didn't go with Africa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
we're the
Asia, you
driest
know.
either.
Okay, but God, Asia has so much.
Yeah, but we're in Asia. I'm
Australia. You
imagining
Australia
dry
I'll go with
parts of
Australia,
Asia.
guys.
But Australia.
Australia makes sense.
We've not even said Europe at any point, huh?
Yeah. Well,
You know, that
Europe
could
doesn't
actually be
strike.
The answer.
That could actually be the answer because I've not seen people going to the beach and all of that.
No, the beach is just freezing
Cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
That's it. It's just
Yeah.
cold, and so people don't go.
It's like in the South Africa side of the beach. Indian Ocean is warm, very warm because of the equator, because of
The currents, yeah. So
Okay.
When something is ice, is it dry?
Guys, 3, 2,
It's Antarctica.
1. Shout your answer.
Australia.
Australia.
Asia.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Asia too.
Okay, so we have Australia, we have Asia. So it starts with an A.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, great, guys!
Wonderful.
Awesome, we all
A
won.
continent that starts with A.
That's all.
It's Antarctica. Anyway.
Correct. It's Antarctica.
That's what I was asking if it's.
Yeah. Okay, but
Frozen.
But
Is
we're
it-
talking about frozen water there.
Yes, but the reason it's the driest is because it has the coldest air, and cold air doesn't hold moisture.
Wow.
Brilliant.
The colder the air,
You're
the less
brilliant.
moisture it can hold.
Brilliant. That's amazing. I'm gonna be so much fun at house party.
So hold on.
You know the drive. Come on, guys.
Oh, wow.
Guys,
So,
yeah, I'm still at. What school did I go to?
You did a refund.
Oh, man, dude, I've answered and been wrong every time. So you're not alone.
Next question is,
We're learning.
what is the total number of sustainable development goals adopted by the United Nations? How many are there?
17.
Oh my
17.
God!
Yes, 17.
You recently interviewed so many
SDGs.
people saying the same thing.
17.
17.
Okay, there.
We have our interviewer. He said 17.
Yeah,
We're going
said.
with it.
He said?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
17
God.
sustainable
Yeah.
development goals.
Okay, he's got it. You got it. Which one is the one that's about climate action? What number is that? It's goal what?
I do not know.
I don't know.
No?
6, 7? I don't know.
Okay, let's go 13.
The one that's about?
Climate action.
Climate action.
Ah,
Specifically.
13. 13.
Love it.
When is World Environment Day?
Oh my God.
Man, I should know this.
I think
Yeah, please, actually.
I'm not saying I should know this
You
for any
should
other
know
reason
it.
that I'm a
Well,
human
but
being and I should know.
it's in the first half of the year.
Okay.
I'm ready with you.
That really
What
narrows,
do you mean
that really
half?
narrows it down.
Like between January and June.
Yeah, first
That's
of all,
so good, Richie. You're doing
locked
well.
out.
we
You
do
have 6 months
180
to go.
We've locked out a couple.
Yeah.
And then when did they host this thing in KICC?
The climate summit.
Yeah. Did you think it
September?
maybe coincided with the climate
actually,
day?
I'm on we should know. It was just the other day, no?
We weren't on stage.
We don't know. I think that says we don't pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
June 1st, June 2nd, I don't know.
Don't keep guessing. You're close.
June 10th?
June 4th,
Okay, 4th.
June 5th,
Fifth.
June,
Okay.
June 5th.
Hey, well done.
Love it.
I was just
Established by
I told you it was the first half of the year.
Oh my God.
Okay, and it was established in 1972 to increase public awareness of environmental challenges and encourage action. Okay, now we're going to go into the ACS round. And so where and when was the last Africa Climate Summit?
Nairobi,
Nairobi, Kenya.
Yeah.
At the
The
KICC.
hall,
Yeah.
and then there's also the other hall for
Yeah.
the youth.
Yeah.
County
More
47.
details.
The wind
It was
What
fully
was the one
booked.
before that
All
one?
the presidents came.
Yeah.
2022.
Africa was representing there.
2022.
Yeah.
The one before.
That one was when?
Where
when?
or when?
Yeah, when was the last one? But the one before that one?
When or where?
When?
When?
Africa Climate Summit.
Yes.
Was it that?
2022?
22, 2023.
Was a year
No,
before?
last.
2020.
No.
Not 2023.
No, maybe. Okay, I know it's kept 2 years, I think.
It wasn't the... yeah?
Yeah, is that your final answer?
So 2022 Kigali.
No, I would say 20. I don't know. I would say 21, I think.
Was there another one?
Okay. Good question.
Yeah.
Hey, this is good. But I'm glad you're here.
I don't know if it was I don't know if it was an Africa Climate Summit. I just know it was a. No, actually, maybe it was a. It was
This was the
a.
inaugural one this year.
So this
Oh
is the first
yeah.
one.
Okay. Right.
No,
Yes.
fine.
Sorry.
So-
Names
Date?
of
this
the
one.
last one.
The last one.
The one in
It
2023.
was the first one, guys.
September?
It was the first one, yes.
2020.
Oh, it was before
September.
COP, a week before.
Date was
After, during.
You were right with September?
yeah.
So 3 days. It was over a period of time.
Thank you so much,
28.
Richard. That really helps me.
And just guess a date, 20
I don't
So
remember.
1 in 10 chance you're going to be correct if it was 3 days in a 30-day
Day
month.
I don't remember, like 5th to 7th or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Date.
yeah.
I just
First
remember,
week, actually,
yeah, 5th to
57.
7th.
Okay. It was
Was
4th to 6th.
4th
Yeah,
to 6th.
no.
Sorry, we're setting up, so we knew the days after.
How do you know that?
About
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Organized the Africa Climate Summit.
Who?
Yeah, who?
The ministry, the government,
government.
the
That,
president.
that was a partner, right? Okay.
Oh, okay.
The Conference of Parties, was it? The UNFCCC, I don't know.
Keep going. I'm not giving you the answers.
Okay.
You did.
So the Conference of Parties was involved.
Yeah, I think COP
was involved.
I don't
The
know.
UN was involved? Was it?
UNEP?
UNEP.
Makes sense.
No.
I
was
just
it?
remember her riding. I remember the first lady riding from there to the UN. So I'm assuming they were partners. Remember?
Oh, right.
The expressway.
Who organized?
Oh, but use their own transport because the president went in the tiny car.
Oh,
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember. So she
organized?
rode on the expressway.
Who organized?
Who organized it?
We mentioned
So,
3.
You mentioned, yes. you
UNEP
mentioned
was one.
We've mentioned the government of Kenya, the
I
ministry.
know these guys, the guys in Ethiopia, AU.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
Union.
Correct.
The Africa Union. So
God is
the
good.
correct answer is Africa Union.
I need
In
a mic.
collaboration with the government of Kenya.
In collaboration
Okay.
with the government
yes,
of Kenya.
Yes. So, can you tell us more about the ACS? Is there anything else you know about it?
Yes.
What else do you know about it?
There was a youth summit also part of this, and the youth did their own summits through their own views, and then this I'm articulating it in a layman's way, and then they presented their what do you call it?
Policy.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the main summit
Yes.
for representation of youth in that and for that to be involved,
Right.
for them to be involved,
Okay.
for their voices to also be part of the
Right.
participation.
All right, okay. So they set out concrete, systematic, and sustainable plans to make the step change that is needed to progress towards net zero by 2050, and then international climate goals and finance and adaptation.
So what I said, you put it into ChatGPT. Sound intellectual.
Oh, wow, Richie. Now we know how you type your text.
The next one that will be held. Now that we've established that was
The
the first
next
one.
ACS.
Yes, that will be the second one now. So when will the next one be held?
November?
Of what year?
2024.
Oh, ACS. It was once every 2 years, I think.
Okay, then
2025.
jump a year. That's 25. 2025.
Okay, good.
So November
Good job, guys.
2025?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Okay. So then now we go straight.
Is it in Kenya?
So, well, we are not sure about what month it is, but we should.
Okay, 7 days 2025 for sure.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. Tell us, what does COP stand for?
Hey, he said it.
Conference of Parties.
Okay. Okay. So when did the last COP take place?
COP 20.
Six.
Oh, the one that's just ended.
Which one was that one?
Azerbaijan?
It was number?
Huh?
The last one was number?
27.
Oh, it was 27.
28? 27.
Guys, look at each other. Look at each other. And that's
28. It was COP 28.
The only COP I know is the one who stopped me on my way here.
I think I know this. I'm not sure.
27 or 28?
Was it held in SA?
No.
It wasn't held in SA.
COP 28. COP 28. We had so much branding everywhere. 28. COP 28.
Okay.
Do we operate on
Where was last year's held?
The one
Okay,
in
complicated.
Azerbaijan, or was that the one? Yeah.
I don't know.
Azerbaijan-
COP
no,
28.
Azerbaijan
I'll
is
go
this
with
year.
28.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Azerbaijan is this year. Wait.
Where and when? did
Where
the last,
and when?
Dubai.
The last-
COP 28 in Dubai.
What happened?
Yeah.
That's the one end of last year. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
COP 28 in Dubai?
Okay.
Yes.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, you're correct.
Wow.
28th session of COP took place in Dubai. When?
November.
Oh, yeah.
Was it towards the end of last year?
Yeah.
So
November.
30th November
Yeah.
to 12th?
December.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
So where will the next one be
said
held and when?
Where am I saying?
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
When?
At the same time, I'm guessing around the same November 25th, 24th, 20th,
November it is, but
12th, 15th.
okay, 11th to 22nd.
Okay.
In Baku,
Wow.
Azerbaijan. Yes.
I have a question for you, George, from your
Georgie travel.
Georgie. Sorry, I called you George. Georgie. Yes.
Yeah.
From your experience
Talk to me.
of covering these COP events,
Yeah.
how consequential are they to the day-to-day? Because I look at them and think, okay, still don't get it.
Yet another.
It sounds like a G8 summit, just they paint green before the people show up.
So I think it's what also he was alluding to. Most of the time when people talk about public participation in these conversations, you want to hear, okay, you guys are going to set up a whole raft of policies that are going to last maybe 20, 30 years, but we're not involved. So the young people's voices, so things like that are what we say, okay, people have been considered, their voices and what. There are a lot of countries that have implemented stuff primarily because of COP and the things that are discussed there. Then don't forget there's things like the Paris Agreement or whatever that are mandated by law for you to kind of, well, not mandated per se, but like you want to look like you're in line with what's happening around the world, even if we're the ones who suffer the most in that conversation. So consequential, I think if you look at it holistically, Africa is still like either playing catch up or like the one who's...
Do we have a voice
But
as
in fact,
Africa?
We have to have a voice. That's why they even allow.
Is it we have to, or do we already have a voice? That's what I keep
we
asking.
don't have, in my view,
Yeah.
the power and the necessity for the African Climate Summit was for Africa to come together and speak with one voice. Because what these guys are doing is they're deciding
Yeah, for the
On
continent.
behalf.
on us without
Yeah.
without hearing our voice.
Yeah.
Anything and everything to do with us. You get, for example, we're going to outlaw oil.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And yet some guys have just discovered oil. So you can't just wake up and decide that, and this is what's going to make this third world country.
That's
Rise from its poverty.
So you have to factor that in,
Right.
in terms of okay, for this play, so the necessity for the African Climate Summit was for the unity of Africa.
Right.
And then now for the unity of Africa to go into that space and be like, listen
On the
here,
table, like,
we
yeah.
are on the table, and we have from these points, 10 points,
Yeah.
don't give us one. We need like 5 of those points to decide what you're going to do with our continent. The price of whatever, carbon credits, whatever it may be, you can't just decide without us. With something which was made in World War I, 1945, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, my friends!
That was our moment.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
All right. So who organizes COP conferences?
The UNFCCC.
Which stands for?
United
United
Nations.
Nations, proceed.
Conference of
Fund,
Finance.
And you missed one C.
climate.
UNFCCC.
Yes.
Yeah.
FCCC.
Climate Convention something.
All right. Is that your
The F
final
stand
answer?
for?
I don't know. Federation. United Nations. Fund. No.
It's not fund. It's not fund. It's not fund. It's not
Climate
federation.
Convention.
Framework.
Framework. United Nations framework.
Of Climate Convention.
Countries.
Convention on Climate Change.
Convention on climate change, of course.
Yes.
Okay.
How many C's are there?
3.
Okay.
Okay. And so it is a UN process for negotiating an agreement to limit dangerous climate change. It's an international treaty among countries to combat dangerous human interference with the climate system. All right. So COP21 resulted in the Paris Agreement. What year was this?
COP21.
COP21.
So we just count 5 years.
2021.
We just we just count 7 years back from now.
But I think COVID hit off one.
So that would be
One
what,
or two.
25,
Okay.
24? 25.
Yes.
It was just one they missed, not two.
Yeah, I think so.
When did we
COP
first
21.
hear of the Paris Agreement?
That was a long time ago. 2017, 2016?
Yeah.
16 or 17? I don't know. 2016 or 2017?
That's your final answer?
We don't.
Yeah, we don't have
We'll find
I
out.
don't know, I'm just guessing.
We'll know
Yeah.
just now.
2017.
Okay, it's 2015.
Ah.
It's 2015.
We
Yeah.
just miss it by a year.
So we missed
Yeah,
one.
not
too
bad.
bad.
So, what was the Paris Agreement's global temperature target?
That's a good question.
1.5
Okay.
degrees.
So it shouldn't
below.
exceed?
3. No, it shouldn't exceed. Wait, so
It was to
1.5.
cut to maintain it.
The standard.
1.5, 2%. So one of the two.
Or 1.5 degrees from baseline.
So what is the climate change temperature?
Like the
But we
point
should
at
not
which.
pass.
Yeah. It's not plus 3.
Let's say 37 degrees, so anything below that is not that. Because I know my human body is 37 degrees.
Yeah.
How much hotter is climate change?
Just 35.
No, I think it shouldn't exceed.
But there's.
I don't know, but I know that they wanted to cut by 1.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That I know.
So what?
No.
I'm just throwing a number with my own deducing.
What
What
it
did you say?
should
35?
pass.
Yeah.
37, 35.
On the upper or on the
No,
lower?
it definitely can't be 37.
Upper limit. Upper limit.
Thirty-seven.
would
Okay,
be-
No,
before
what?
we answer that, is that a certain actual degree temperature?
Yes, it is.
Actually, by the way, 30 is so hot.
That is too
The
hot.
human body, yeah.
I would say it has to be in the 20s. No,
Oh, actually,
lower,
you're right. That is hot.
lower
Yeah.
20s. Lower
Lower
20s.
Like 23.
Like 25.
No, that is like exceeding. There are species that live like that and they are not dead. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. I was just trying to figure out is
Oh, global
temperature
climate
to do with
climate temperature. Isn't it?
Temperature targets.
Climate temperature
21
target.
now.
Oh, it's not the atmosphere.
Like
21?
like an average Earth temperature, right?
Global.
Yeah, it's on news.
temperature.
What is the temperature? 23 to some. I know it has to be in the 20s. It can't be.
Yeah, now it's the 20.
Yeah, it has to be in the
21 now.
20s.
Yeah, 21 now.
Okay. So,
Chop that bit out. Yeah?
Yeah, all of this has to go. Okay,
Chop that
so
37 bit out.
that's
so
what.
you were right. The aim is 1.5.
Yeah.
1.5, but it shouldn't exceed 2. 2
Yeah,
degrees
2.
Celsius.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, two makes sense.
Yeah, 2 does.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
No.
Wait, why did you not give me a signal when I said
average.
2?
You said 3.
I said 3.
Okay,
I did say
I-
3.
okay.
You're right.
For the danda in the room, explain to me how
Even me like a 2-year-old.
They
Why
don't want
is
it to
it 2?
rise, get to the point where the average global temperature has now reached 2.
We have to write
On
Like
upper
2
limit.
degrees, 2 degrees on average higher.
On average, because there's ice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
to keep things
Okay,
straight.
got it.
So it
So-
can exceed 2.
So
Okay,
if
because
you
you
get to
said
the
that.
point-
So it's the highest and the low. What's the lowest?
And the agreement is that we should try and keep it at 1.5.
No, okay.
Because the earth is
To
warming.
get to 1.5.
Yeah.
We will get to 2.1 by 2100, so we're not on track to reducing
Okay.
global temperatures.
My question is, how do they calculate global temperatures?
temp.
What is global? Remember the way we used to have
Medium.
weather forecast?
And if you realize, like, we're inching closer to 2, I don't know where we're at right now, but that's why we're having all these natural inconsistencies.
Like the weather.
Floods,
Yeah.
Tremors.
cyclones,
Hurricanes.
anything. So, yeah, so 2 is actually it's a dangerous number to hit. We haven't hit it yet, in
Okay.
my understanding.
Yeah.
But we are on the path to hitting and exceeding it if we don't all cap.
All right. So the last
Wow.
question of this round is, which four African countries have hosted the COP conferences since they began in 1995 in Germany?
1995.
Which 4 African countries?
South Africa?
Ghana.
Kigali, Rwanda. How is
1995.
since
Since
95?
Since 1995.
I'd throw in definitely Ethiopia.
So Kenya's there.
Maybe.
Ethiopia because of the EU.
Have
Yeah.
we done COP?
Ethiopia.
What did you ask?
Which four
Oh, we haven't done
African
COP.
countries have hosted COP.
Yeah,
since
we
it
have.
So
started.
SA has done it.
I don't think we've hosted, so that would
We haven't
be
hosted
yeah. So that would be
So SA
SA.
definitely.
SA?
South Africa has. I don't know.
Kigali?
Yeah, I think Kigali hosts everything.
Everything.
What about Morocco?
Yeah, I think it's
One of
one
those
for
north-
every region.
yeah.
Yeah.
West,
Then West
there was
Africa,
nothing.
would be
either
Maybe
Nigeria
Ghana.
or Ghana.
Yeah. I'd pick Ghana.
And then Egypt, no? And Egypt, those
Yeah, I
guys,
think
they're not with us.
So
huh?
Morocco, yeah, bro.
Egypt.
At least Morocco tries. Morocco tries. Yeah.
Oh my
Morocco
God.
tries.
Okay.
So we say Kigali, SA,
SA Kigali, I'm sure about. This the other two that I don't know.
Morocco.
So Morocco.
Kenya hasn't done it.
And
Huh?
Ghana.
No, we've not hosted
Kenya hasn't
COP.
done it.
Okay, so we throw with okay.
We throw
we
Ghana,
can throw in-
Nigeria.
Yeah, we throw Ghana and which of the two?
Ghana, Nigeria. I'd go in Ghana.
With Ghana.
Yeah, in Nigeria looks like
Ghana.
it's
Ghana.
Okay, so we have 3. We have Kigali, we have South
You guys are
Africa,
referring to
Rwanda,
Kigali as a
Ghana.
country.
Yeah, Rwanda, SA, Ghana.
We need to pick
I don't know about
one.
Morocco though.
bro. There's more than more to Rwanda than Kigali.
Morocco or Egypt. If
Okay,
we're picking
guys.
one of those.
Egypt.
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 actually.
Even the
so
minister.
it's Egypt.
Even the
Yeah.
Egypt.
Okay.
Okay.
List them again.
Egypt.
Egypt, South Africa,
Africa, Kigali.
Okay, guys, the Kigali in Rwanda has hosted, yeah? And then, what was the last one?
Ghana.
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 Okay, so you got 3.
Okay.
Which
So
one
you
is
got
not?
Morocco.
Yeah.
Yes, well
We
done.
didn't do Morocco.
we dropped-
I tried this.
we dropped yeah. We mentioned it.
Yeah.
No, we went with Egypt and dropped Morocco.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Wow.
No, what did we say?
It's Morocco.
Either or.
Oh,
So,
So they're both-
wait, so who's not there?
Egypt.
So Morocco.
So Egypt.
Morocco,
Uh-huh.
Egypt.
Ah.
Oh, Egypt.
Okay, so so we should have kept
Kigali, bro.
So it's okay. So go ahead. So Morocco,
South
Egypt,
Africa.
South Africa
And
and
Kigali.
Rwanda.
Kenya, guys.
Ah,
We
man.
hosted it.
Event organizer said no.
I knew it. I was a
Oh, 6. Hey, just a baby. Yeah.
Mugasha, I agree with you.
2006.
2006?
Yeah, we
Who was
hosted it.
president then? That was very woke. That's very woke for that president.
That was Kibaki.
Yeah, that was very
No
good.
wonder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well done,
No wonder we
Kenya.
Indeed,
Okay.
indeed.
Okay.
So,
And so now we're going into some creative industry ones. Just
Okay.
Yeah.
fine.
I
Finally,
see all
bring
of
it
you
home.
coming down.
That was a tough round.
Yeah. Okay.
My run was great when it lasted. Damn.
So, who,
Wow. Okay.
who is a renowned African musician known for advocating for environmental conservation through music?
Burna Boy,
Heck no.
he was. He has.
Oh, really?
Burna Boy entrepreneur have been advocating for this thing.
Maybe musician.
Yes.
Burna Boy.
He did.
Hold up.
He's not that vocal.
Wait.
I know
Okay, he's not that
he's
vocal,
not
but he did.
plantain, but
Yeah, it's older. It's
Patoranking?
older. No, it's older. The
Angelique
older
Kidjo.
guys.
Okay.
yeah, maybe.
that time.
Around
Actually,
that
you're
age.
probably right.
Yeah, it's older. Way older.
So we're talking about
It has to be
Angelique.
West Africa.
Yeah, that's the age.
No
That's-
Kenyan.
Renowned African musician known for advocating for environmental conservation.
It's not Angelique
and
Kidjo?
music.
Guys, Wangari Maathai had the dreads. I'm kidding.
From a local perspective, I'd say Giuliani.
No, I'm saying older.
Okay.
Older. It's a lot older.
Angelique Kidjo.
Boomer.
Angelique Kidjo
Is
age.
it a boomer? Okay.
Come on, guys.
African.
Lady,
I know you-
lady from
I know you-
Africa.
I know you're gonna say the
Big hair.
answer.
Brenda Fassie?
Yeah.
Brenda Fassie has been.
It's a he.
It's a he.
It's a
Okay.
he.
It's a he. Well, let me
We're
see.
gonna be like, oh.
Is it Yusundu?
From
It
West
has to be
Africa.
from West Africa.
It's
Definitely not
Ismailu?
Kenya.
Ismailu? No.
Yusundu?
Yusundor? Actually, that's a good guess.
Is it Yusundu?
The guy's
It
father.
has to be
The
Yusundu.
Nigerian.
Yeah.
Fela
I would have
Fela?
Fela
Fela.
Kuti.
Okay.
Fela is dead, yo.
Yeah,
Get
that's
rotated.
Fela.
Dead or alive?
Okay, I know he did that water. I mean, not
What was
getting
it?
money, but that was
Okay,
an
who was the
environmental
oldest
conscious
that you
life.
would who you said?
I said Yusundu.
Yeah, but I know the younger one.
I said Yusundu. I think it feels
Okay.
to me like it's Yusundu.
That's your final answer?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
go.
the last one?
That would be a good
Okay.
one if you did.
Yeah.
7
Okay, so the answer to this one,
seconds
though,
away.
is Femi.
Femi Kuti. Wait,
You
did you say
said
you said
Fela.
Fela? You said Fela.
Fela, you said Femi one.
Okay.
You said
Wait.
Femi one, you said Fela.
Please advocate for.
Femi one is an OG.
That's what
Femi
I
one
said,
is a
but thank you for
superstar.
putting it in my mouth. But Femi one.
Femi one
I
is
think
a
you should.
super. Yeah. Femi one
You
is a
should.
superstar. though.
You'll be remembered by history.
That's funny.
So, which African artist created an eco-friendly fashion line using recycled materials from local communities?
Oh man, I take
I
back my
told you
joy.
guys. I told you
Coco
guys to
Romeo.
stop.
Did Coco Romeo?
it's okay.
Did no?
Are they from Kenya?
Yes.
A fashion line.
Kenya.
Yes, an eco-friendly fashion.
From Kenya.
Yes.
I should know this. I
An
really
artist.
should know this.
So this is not musician.
An artist.
I really should know.
An artist or a musician?
This one's an artist.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear goodness me, I should know this. I don't know.
Guys,
It's
Created an eco-friendly
it's
line.
on the
Fashion
it's on the
line.
Fashion line.
Not the guys who did the party part. There was the guys who did the boat.
Oh yeah, the guys who are recycling slippers.
Wow.
Yeah, no, but I
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
They are.
Because that's
Take us back to
NGO, it's
COP.
not a designer.
Yeah. we want
category, yeah.
We want.
Oh man, yeah, this one's just making us
And
look
her
bad.
name is Wanja Wahoro. Wanja Wahoro.
Was it?
Wanja Uhuru.
Yeah,
Was she in New York at the
Wahoro.
time? Was she in Kenya?
Was she doing it out of Kenya?
Yeah, I
There
think
is,
she sounds like she was, huh?
yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
The next question is,
Wanjawa horror, nice.
Oh, nice.
in which
hey, shout out to you, Wanja Uhuru. I'm sorry we didn't get that
Yeah.
answer, but
Yeah.
thank you for the work you're doing.
Yes.
In which African city is the Africa Burn Festival held annually, celebrating art, music, and sustainable living?
Mugambi.
Africa what?
Africa Burn.
Burn.
Like
Africa
Burning
Burn.
Man.
At least it's not Kenya.
Zimbabwe,
Okay, let's just
Zambia,
agree.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah?
It's one of the Z's. Zimbabwe, Zambia.
Zambia.
Africa
Zimbabwe.
Burn.
You look at us
Namibia.
immediately saying,
No, I just said it's one of the Z's and I like
Africa
Zambia more.
Namibia, Zambia, or Zimbabwe.
yeah, it's funny.
One of the
I
three.
could swear I've seen
In-
those
in-
ads on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, I
but wasn't paying
I would go to
attention to it.
Kampala.
Burn.
Yeah.
I'm thinking also
And I
somewhere there's
imagine
a
thinking,
desert.
also it's like Burning Man for...
Africa
Yeah.
Burn.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like Burning Man, but African.
So Zimbabwe. My first choice is Zimbabwe.
Is it?
Okay.
Okay, next.
I know you said Namibia as well.
Namibia because of the desert.
I really don't know this one.
Africa Burn
So
Festival.
Zimbabwe,
Africa
Namibia,
Burn.
then Zambia.
Okay.
One of the three.
We'll go.
Okay.
And,
That's your last.
and there's a bonus, Kampala.
That's nyege nyege, no?
That, I think what you're looking at is nyege nyege tiles. And maybe,
That's in-
that's it.
That's in
maybe something
Ginger.
else.
That's in Ginger.
South Africa. So Tankwa.
Wow,
South
you're
Africa.
right. In your area.
Say.
Okay.
Okay, so which world famous band?
No, but which city?
Tankwa.
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 Africa.
Oh, where is that?
In South Africa.
Where? Eastern, northern?
No idea.
We'll find
I
out.
have no idea. Never heard of it.
Well,
Me, I've never heard of that.
We're doing that thing where we ask questions so that we look interested in the thing we didn't know.
I'm actually quite shocked that
But
happens.
I can actually send you guys follow-up information.
I'll actually
Good.
Google
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
Africa Band.
Band Festival.
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Higher. So, which world-famous band organizes concerts that are environmentally friendly by balancing their carbon footprint and offsetting their carbon and employing sustainable?
It's not U2.
Which boy band?
That sounds like
Coldplay.
Yeah.
it sounds like Coldplay.
Yeah.
Coldplay.
Yeah, Coldplay.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Sure?
No, but
Okay,
that's our
but-
final
Yes.
answer.
It's
Yeah.
not
Actually,
U2,
someone asked
but
me,
yeah,
you sure
it's
Joy,
one
if
of
you're
them.
like
I see
you.
the guy.
Yeah.
Okay, the most
sex.
vocal of late has been Coldplay.
Coldplay.
Yeah.
But not to say that the others.
U2,
You two have also
Bono
been.
isn't?
You too.
You too.
Too.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
Coldplay or U2, we're sure.
I would have to say it's
It
Coldplay.
has to be.
One
I'd
of
say
them.
Coldplay.
So we'll go with
I'm going with
first.
Coldplay.
Coldplay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Should start with the answer.
It was U2.
Yes.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
You too, but you're right. Coldplay have been
goes
the
for
most
this thing.
vocal.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
maybe because Coldplay currently
Yeah.
is who's doing all of
massive
this.
stuff.
At the
Yeah.
moment. So some of the things they do are like VIP parking for carpoolers, hybrid cars, recycling, composting, and energy conversion. Okay, so our last one is...
Maybe we're thinking Coldplay
But when
because
the-
it sounds very opposite in
Of hot
idea
energy.
to
Yes.
global
No, they
warming.
actually have
Yeah.
the best
They have the
sustainability
best.
report for the gigs they're doing,
Yeah.
like to power up part of their
Yeah,
screens and their
even
sound.
even when you
They do the
dance-
cycling stuff.
Okay, but on a local note, do we even think like that?
Yep.
I don't-
The idea
no.
was so noble for Shoke Shoke.
Yes,
Shoke Shoke was
there's
the
someone
closest.
who tried that.
I tried that. With
Although-
even disposable, like recyclable cups.
But at basic level, when you see what Coldplay is doing, including their wristbands and
Yeah.
stuff like that, that's on another level.
It's so
altogether.
sick.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So as our mentality is not even anywhere near this.
But that's because we're not exposed to understanding what
The
a
effects.
sustainability report does. Because theirs is literally they take it back, they take it to the World Bank, they present it.
Yeah, it's a
like
financial-
a business case.
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So ours, what we have been exposed to is paper cups and
Yes.
litter
The plastic
and
ones and-
don't throw away plastic or whatever. That's all we know.
And then you have
plant trees.
paper, and then you have paper ticket,
And
and
yes,
paper whatever. Then you're
exactly.
But that's a
okay,
start,
we're doing-
better than where we were before.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do, though? What do you think we can do?
I think if we knew what to do, especially with artists and event organizers, people will just follow. Like if you like what Coldplay has done at entry, when you start cycling and you
Yeah.
can see the energy levels going up, you're like, oh, how much further do we need to go?
Yeah.
So if you find Mugash doing it and he's at 86 and I come in, I take it to 90, 94, 100, we're like, yeah, our screens are on. So you get people excited to do
Excited
stuff.
about that.
Yeah.
Even the light pollution, we could reduce on light pollution. Because anytime there's a
Right,
concert
yeah.
somewhere, you see the lights everywhere
Yeah.
around the city.
Yeah.
And let's say, you see like how they normally have the floors where you, if let's say it's muddy, they pad them.
Yeah.
The floors could generate electricity where everyone's dancing anyway. So
Yeah.
they just generate and it's stored and it powers
Wow.
the...
Hey, kinetic
powers the
energy.
event.
Yeah, because what we need is power in
Yeah.
at events or at stuff like that. So what you need is power. So if power can be generated differently, otherwise we use generators currently, diesel and petrol generators.
And
yeah.
Feed
for
the
me,
whole
it's
event.
awareness. This, for example, I think this climate change is such a complicated conversation that is had by
Technocrats and
organizations that start with you, and it looks like an opportunity for funding, but it doesn't look like the guy on the ground feels
They
like this thing
understand.
affects me. And true to our perspective, the core reason as to why we do this is for future generations.
Yeah.
But I think we have to sort of just understand the impact that this thing. So the demystification of climate change to the ground level.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think it's that complicated.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any industry that you get in where people stand to lose a lot of money, they can then start to really complicate
pay
the
attention.
conversation.
Oh.
Yeah, they complicate
Yeah.
the conversation, make it seem like, okay, yeah, it's going to take this number of steps to get to where we're going. Here's an example. The whole idea of recycling is taking the responsibility off of the manufacturers of stuff that is ending up in the ocean and the microplastics that are ending up in places that even man has not been. Being found in parts of the ocean, and that responsibility gets turned onto the consumer. And so recycle, but we don't go to the source of where the plastic is coming from. The whole carbon footprint thing, again, turns it around on us. How large is your carbon footprint? No, excuse me. Forget about my footprint. What about what you guys are producing on your end?
Yeah.
And I feel like the carbon credits conversation is going in the same way as well. You overcomplicate an issue that could be really simple. If we went to Coca-Cola and Nestle and said, okay, now, government policy means that you have to find sustainable materials and you have to care more about the environments that you're conducting business in. Then I think we would see the things that we've been discussing here going down as they should or up as they should by huge percentages before you even call out the first ordinary citizen who's in a position where they can only work and consume.
From a creative perspective, creatives using their gifts to bring about awareness. The only song that I can think of with my limited knowledge, so don't shoot me, was Giuliani's "Take Care to Tear Environment, Climate Change." I remember that song that he did. Again, even from another perspective, when I think of Giuliani, I think of him doing Taka Bank, which is going around collecting garbage. Like he's been pushing and hustling to do this. But when I think about a lot of the pop songs that are there, can you tell me a single pop song that has an awareness of, that is actually about an awareness? Not one where an NGO has paid us.
One of the greatest songs by Michael Jackson was Earth Song.
No, I'm talking about locally.
Locally. Oh, sorry, locally.
I don't think they can do that because we sing about what we go through in our everyday life. So you can't sing about what you don't know. And I feel a lot of the climate conversations are just high-class lingo that has not been translated to
And I'm telling you, and I think it's intentional.
Concert goers and everybody else. So I don't think right now, if I was to host a concert and starting about climate change and sustainability, I'll probably lose people. They're probably wondering, when will you stop and the music starts?
We're waiting for
yeah, exactly.
What was the name of that song with Carly and Fena? I think it was about AIDS. What was
Right. I forget the name of the song, but I hear where you're at.
So in that way, like it's such a vibey song.
It has to be vibey, but it also has to have like a call to act. It's every day. What toothbrush are you using? Is it plastic? Is it, it's take me back to how I live.
Then people will listen.
There you go.
And lastly, it has to be the creative driven. What I mean by that, it is not an NGO coming, pumping in tunes and saying, you guys come up with a song, a campaign song, because this guy will never sing this song. Perfect example is when we think about Tujiangalie. We sing it, even those are guys who created it, not because they were paid or asked to, though I think Jules was. But
because you feel convicted, like to pass
it has to be
But
organic.
also maybe because even the songs or the way we speak about climate or sustainability has to be palatable to each one. I must speak to you in a language you understand. And that's what I think communication is. It's not what you say, it's what's perceived. So I would like to hear an artist sing about it, but also if you're singing about it, it has to be from how you live. It is, take me to your world, let me see what's happening. And I'm like, I kind of like this. Then when you plug it to what, and I feel like the world needs like a reward system. Because I do this happens. So otherwise, to any other common, already a lot of the youth are stressed about other things. So now you want me to contribute to the world. I'm not even contributing my house. So the world.
You know, there was this, I remember asking someone, there was a vending machine, I think in Germany or something, where you bring a plastic bottle, you put it in, it gives you $1.
There you go. Reward system.
I asked someone that here, they said,
I've used those.
First of all, you guys will come for you. Like, you're ruining a whole industry. You're ruining a whole
Trash
industry.
is cash.
Trash is cash.
Trash is
Exactly.
cash.
And the cartel too. Anyway, so sorry guys, we had our own game.
Sorry.
No, it's good.
Just with everything that you said, then what do you think? No, it's fine. What do you think? If we say change starts with you as a creator, and you can see that there's a huge gap between what's happening globally, all these COP conversations and that, what do you think it's going to take for the creative industry to actually understand and take ownership as opposed to a conversation that they hear and it's like, whatever?
I'll go first. I don't think you can have a conversation about climate change from where we are standing without having a conversation about climate justice or climate injustice. We know that when it comes to the graph of the contribution of greenhouse gases, we rank among the lowest. Yet we're the ones that very likely might pay the highest prices because those that have the cards behind their back are already placing everything that they need to make sure that a larger part of their population, or let's say the richer part of the population, will stay protected. We don't have those protections ourselves. So I think that conversation would begin with, okay, how did we get here? And not put it on ourselves. And then now agitate for change. Just the same spirit that's going on with the revolutionary movement now, where this problem that we're in now has been caused by people from previous generations who thought they could just eat of the earth without any regard for what happens after they have done that. I think that would be one place to begin.
To add on to that, I think conversations like this, for me, this conversation has felt very layman. As much as there's been some difficult questions,
Palatable.
putting people who don't speak the jargon and the lingo and then asking them and using us for the viewer to then and also be like, even I didn't know that. Oh, these guys don't know. And now that we don't know this thing, what is this thing?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So this, from an awareness perspective, is actually exactly what you said, the palatable packaging of the problem or of climate change, because
it's true.
That alone is a beautiful start. So more of this.
Yeah, I'll also add this. KBC, which was a national broadcaster, I remember growing up, Richie knows how I like to tell these stories, when the conversation about the environment was actually quite simple. I'm talking about the early 90s. It was a very simple conversation. We were fighting to protect the ozone layer from CFC gases, which we succeeded in doing. Ozone layer.
It was such a cool concept.
It really was. And it was like, the ozone layer, like we have gases, carbon, fluorocarbons, I think that's what's there.
Yes.
What?
Chlorofluorocarbons.
Chlorofluorocarbons. Yes. Are coming out of these spray cans and fridges, the electronics like those, and they're creating a hole in the ozone layer, and now we're more exposed to dangerous sun rays. And there was very creative ways of letting us know. It was about conversation around the environment, was about keeping our environments clean. It was agitating against big industry from releasing gases that did not contribute to a greenhouse effect but made the air dirty. And there was talks about acid rain. I remember acid rain and discolored snow. And I remember we'd see all of this stuff in the inter-primary schools debates. It was simple and accessible information that was made available. But it came most simply. Do you guys, I don't know if you remember, but there was a cartoon on KBC about a little devil that was a circle. Its belly was a circle. It was called the vicious cycle. So this devil was a vicious cycle. And it would show up, for instance, where there was mercury ending up in water where there were fish swimming. So this little devil would end up in the fish. It would start in the industry, it would swim into the water. This devil would end up in the fish. And then the fish would end up on a plate. And then the guy who eats the fish gets sick. And the devil is there laughing. It was simple stuff. It was storytelling that was very, very, very simplified. But once you have a lot of these people with such big interests who complicate an issue in the same way that Israel and Palestine is complicated. No, it's not. You can still have it down to a story along a certain path that even a 5-year-old would understand. I think that's where this climate storytelling needs to go. Back to the simplicity of how do we end up here? How do we go back? How do we reset?
Actually, to add to that, I want to say, you see, the art of storytelling is with everybody. It's with artists, it's with musicians, fashion designers, it's with everybody. But I feel like it's exactly what you said. It's so complicated from what you hear. It's coded language everywhere. You want to do summits, high-level summits. So this one translates to this, which translates to this. Sometimes I'm like, it's so simple, because no wonder the youth don't want it, because when they hear about it, the first thing they think is, what's my personal responsibility one more time? There's no call to action for me to do. So unless we change the call to action to be as simplified as that. Drink this and you die. Take this and you do this. Like, give me the consequence that comes with everything. I feel like we'll have an easier conversation going forward. But the more we continue with, and I'm so sorry for conferences, and I know I'm an organizer for such, but this conference leads to this, which leads to this. Then you present this policy, which leads to this. Then I'm like, by the time we are done down, the whole year we were in conferences, we've done 12. Did we move?
Yeah.
No.
How much money was spent on these
which
conferences?
is back to your question.
Yeah.
The money spent, actually exactly that, the money spent on the conferences that we have done, can it be used to diffuse that information to 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds? As they grow to the youth, it becomes easier. So that it's not a high-level conversation anymore, because that's where it remains. No wonder it remains a cash grab for many.
There's, I remember, so with like the climate conversation and climate action, since now guys have moved now from climate change to just climate action, is a very resource heavy convo. Like you can't change anything unless there's money involved and rallying of support and policy, right? So one of the things we realized while I was at the foundation is people that come into this space, they come and say, okay, we have $10 million, $10 million. We want to go to Uganda. What can we do there? And then they say, okay, we need it community-led. So they find someone who's doing something with recycling, and then they support. But you're doing the same thing, you're just pouring money to a problem. So there was one, we kind of toyed around with it for a while, and then there was a partnership with a company called Africa No Filter. So the concept was, you bring the pool, the bucket of cash, you put it here. It's like putting like cheese for a rat or whatever, and then you leave. You move away, because once the young people see, they're like, oh, this is another fun, whatever. So they leave, they let creative development come. Creative development comes and says, we're gonna invite Mugash, Astar, Joy, take whatever amount you feel is what, go do conversation on climate your way. You do, if you let's say you're Octopizo, you're gonna do an album, do it, but we're not, there's no KPI, there's no...
They're not art directing.
That's what they did. And so the call out was for bloggers, writers, videographers, YouTubers, who even go to the streets and talk about lifestyle, musicians, whatever. Just take this cash, say what you need, do it. We'll do it as a sample. If it works, we'll revisit. So I feel like that really worked with the...
And it worked.
It did, I mean, to some extent, obviously, because like if you hear, let's say like, let me give a local example, like Calligraph saying, like saying his clothes are, I don't know, recycled from what, you'll be like, damn, who did your clothes? Let me do. But, you know, like in a way that doesn't look like it's an agenda. It just looks like the way they do things. So I found that approach crucial, because the climate conversation is very political as well. Very, 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 very. So they tried to remove those political nuances.
Right.
Yeah.
We just saved the earth, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, another tremor is about to...
Well done. I like that. Any extra question?
What?
Because we just started.
You want the last one?
Yeah.
You want one?
Don't threaten us with a good time.
Which Canadian author's work inspired the TV series The Handmaid's Tale, focusing on dystopian environment?
Which Canadian what?
Author's work.
J.K. Rowling.
Okay. So
Canadian.
say that again.
So which Canadian author's work
I'm gonna get
inspired
somebody.
the TV series? I'm
Peter
already giving it away.
Exactly.
Handmaid's Tale. I'm already giving it away.
Is it not the Handmaid's Tale?
Okay, but focusing, so what's the name of the author?
Oh, the name of the author.
So close. Love it.
Yeah, also.
The handmaid still wasn't the question.
Yeah, I know, but I thought, it's a book. If it's a TV adaptation of a book, that's the name of the book. Could be a trick question.
It's you, you're looking at Peter Kay.
I was looking at somebody.
No, I don't know who wrote the Handmaid's Tale.
Not to be confused with Peter Kay.
And the answer is?
And the answer is...
Drake.
You don't know. Finally, Tupac takes it.
What was it?
Margaret Atwood.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Anyway, that's the final one.
Yes, that we all got it.
Guys, I wish it was
Great.
smooth and just, you know.
No, thank you for not scoring us.
Yeah.
But the winner is Georgie.
Completely agree.
in the fight against climate, if you're the winner, you're the loser.
Wow.
If the fight, yeah, does that
that's
make sense?
true.
It makes sense that
So it means you're the one gaining the most and doing the least.
Or polluting the most.
That's gaining the most.
So
Because your industry is gaining.
So let me ask a
Why should
question.
British care?
Yeah.
As you ask that. What's your question?
My question is, so where are we in Kenya? If we were to rate us out of 10. You see, we don't even know that question. We don't even have an answer to
those are some of
that.
the
Are
things we
we
need
are
to
we at
start.
2 out of 10, doing very badly?
But who's on whose scale?
That's you see what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
on whose scale?
you know when we say things are bad.
Yeah.
If my account can tell me very quickly how good or bad things are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So from a measurement scale, are we able to let somebody understand if you say, hey, things, you have to take climate change seriously, things are difficult. Where are we? What's happening? Oh, the ozone layer, there's a hole. Okay, how big is that hole before it all?
Actually, we just know it rains in July. No, there are many. Yeah.
That's what shows us things are bad. But you see,
Naivasha is
when
flooded.
that shows us,
Patterns and
that's a good thing because it shows us things are bad, and then therefore action is being able. People are able to move from conferences to action.
Yeah.
So the question is, how can, without the consequence of people dying, people losing property, houses, their livelihoods, how can we measure to be able to communicate to then people, even if it's just a creative piece that now the creatives take and say, guys, this is where we're at. You get?
Yeah. There's one of the things that has, I think around this time, even Kenyans, we saw how Kenyans responded to like issues of the constitution. Guys were just saying like, guys can take heavy info if it touches them directly, right?
Yes.
We saw, I think this is the first time Somalia contributed to the EAC budget. Right? Wow. And guys were saying, so Somalia that just became a country the other day contributed and DRC has not. You know something like that. But now with the conversation on climate, because there are 197 countries, I think, in the UNFCCC, and you're judged according to how you contribute to the agreements and the conversations or with the Paris Agreement, what you said earlier. So I feel like it's so complex, like purposely complex.
Yes.
One of the biggest things we've done that they did before was saying, I don't know, fridges from LG or whatever, they have a certain liquid in the fridge that we need to stop importing. We're like, how? I'm just minding my business. Like, if this fridge is 20K and this one is 25, I'm going 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And primarily they're trying to say, oh, this one can, if you knock on the door, instead of opening it, you contribute less to destroying the environment.
Is that why they made those? Come on.
Yeah,
dude.
opening a fridge. By the way,
I just
there's
thought it was
percentage. There's a whole
man.
percentage in the world about contributing to emissions when you open your fridge.
Oh, come on.
It's a whole, that's the basis, R&D basis on a fridge.
Which is why now, so if you knock, okay, if I knock and there's a soda in there and I can see it, I'm still gonna open.
Exactly.
No one sorted it.
No, but most of the time when you open the fridge, you open to check what you have.
And that cold air came
So,
out. So imagine a million of you all opening
of it at the
once.
same time.
That's the story.
That's the point. So they tell you, you just knock, see, make up your mind, I'm not gonna open, then you go. So when you open, you're sure. Imagine.
Guys.
So why is that ridiculous though? Like, isn't that?
It's
Because
brilliant.
there are guys
It's
who are
brilliant.
moving. No, that is.
No, it's a brilliant.
Can I say what I think
It's creating the problem and then solving it.
Yes.
Okay, so it's genius in that level.
Yeah, it's creating
You create
the
a problem and then
solving it. So the rest of the world did 1, 2, 3. We just found 3 and 4
Yes,
now. Right?
yes.
But the argument normally has been, even why African countries are like fighting, is because these guys used coal.
Yes.
They used wood. They used whatever to reach where they are now.
Exactly.
Now that we're here, they say don't use it.
Yeah.
And we just found that.
and they used
we've
us
just-
too.
Yeah, so now how are we supposed to reach the 4th industrial revolution without going through 1, 2, 3?
I think I
You
don't
know,
think
so-
the solutions are with helping. I think it's brand new. It's exactly what's happening in the country. Something must stop for something else to start.
Yeah.
Because what we've been doing all along is we are pacifying a situation. How about we try and reduce? It's patchwork. It and will always be.
In simple English,
Jeans.
they don't care.
Come sit here.
they don't.
You know the way guys have been asking. Again, I'll go with Mugash's. Do you really care? You know, do you really truly care about the environment? Because when you care about things, now you're willing to feel the pain to fix it.
Yeah,
That's true.
What these guys have seen, unfortunately, is opportunities for getting
for more money.
Yeah.
Case
There are
in
people who
point.
care. I'm not now.
Yeah.
So let me go
Counter
back to
that,
that
yeah.
and counter that and say, and this is why I love young guys. This young generation truly cares.
Shout out.
The guys who are doing and finding solutions and being
Absolutely.
innovative. It's a bunch of it is not us millennial guys. Let's be honest and real.
That's true.
It's these young guys who are thinking and they're doing it and they are all tied up and they have the conversations. So
But
it's
you
like that
know, the
movement again is
millennials
the real
didn't find
bottom-up.
it. Sorry.
Pun intended.
the real
But
bottom
Esther,
up.
the millennials didn't find it as bad. The Gen Zs have found it really bad.
Yeah.
So we learned to cope with what we found or what they found. Currently, the solution is, for example, it's raining and there are floods. What does the government do? Fix a bit. No one is thinking, how did we get here? It's just patchwork all over again. But up until I realized the reason it's raining like this or the reason this is happening and this is what I need to do,
'cause going for
personal
it as a whole.
responsibility, then I'm going to be thinking, okay, I can make that better. Because what happens if it starts raining and this roof starts leaking? We'll just fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the rallying call, like when you see a tree cut to make a road, you just like protest, something like that. Yeah.
And I think it needs to start.
innovators who are doing like clean stoves. The guys doing
Right,
good
I
stuff
remember
outside
those.
the city. Yeah.
And I'm saying, like, I'm just going off of what you said. It starts with us protesting about the cutting of trees, and then taking it higher and higher up to asking the question about why we're so dependent on roads and fossil fuels and people driving in vehicular traffic when we have the means to build. What is that thing that they were trying to bring in? The BRT? Yeah.
The BRT
Rapid
system,
transit.
Yeah, or a light rail system,
Yeah.
for instance, where you can have a much bigger mass of population travel for a much lower per capita amount of fuel spent to take them from point A to point B.
Have you
there's
seen
so
how
many interests.
people talk smack about the EB bikes and the Uber cyclists? You're like, this is exactly what we need to do, but someone is like, that person has cycled for long to bring you your pizza. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we should be like, actually,
Celebrating
give
them,
maybe
and
have more so
rewarding
that they
them.
don't cycle too long, just have within a radius. But celebrating
And
them.
make the road safer for them because
Oh my dear God,
my
yes.
goodness. Yeah.
But at some point, we must get to a point where if we have people who really care, you must create that system where just the way we woke up and there are no paper bags in this country, somebody needs to, and unfortunately, I think we're back to the government or whoever has that. Somebody must say no more this, no more, and it's not let's reduce, just no more. Because we survive.
Yeah,
By the time you get to the
executive.
airport and you have a paper bag, God knows you're like, I don't want it. Because immigration finds you, or not immigration, what are they called?
Yeah,
They'll find you. So what else, what other measures are these that you say no more and you remove them from the country? Because I feel like we have to rely, unfortunately, on global, should I say, recommendations.
Yes.
Don't do this, it may do this. But we already know. How about you just institute them for Kenya, but you must create that as our day one is, our one day is day one.
You can't,
Just wake up and do
host
it.
the climate change summit
And change
and
nothing.
then on the other end go and say logging is allowed. Like there's
Yeah, you're gonna wake Mugash up.
you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
No, it's true.
Then what I'm hearing then is we either have like really strict policies that say, and we have a reward system.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Like, if you bring us your 16 bottles, we'll give you this.
Why
Or like
don't
if you do
people-
this, you do this, which now can't be government.
Why don't people
It's a private
overlap
sector-led,
in other countries? Your picture is taken.
Yeah.
There's a
Consequence,
consequence
actually,
to what you did.
consequences, yeah.
So because of that, if I bring in a paper bag, something happens. If you're found with this, something happens. So in the same way, I agree. You cannot announce. That's a story for another day. But I'm just saying, we need policies that have action and then a consequence. Assuming one day you're told there was a place to log in, there was a reward system in this country, you're not just punished for being ridiculous. But one day, assuming you never got any overlapping, any of this, any of the other, guys would be like,
if only there was a Ministry of Environment. If only there was a Ministry.
If only they worked.
When we were kids, one of the ways I used to make money when I was young, throwback, we never threw newspapers. Because there was a guy who would come
and weigh them on the way,
and give you choose.
and get
That's the reward system.
So there's no time you burnt newspapers, threw a newspaper into the bin.
Never.
That's reward system. And that guy goes with them for another reward system.
Yeah.
So it's a system that
agree.
leads to reward. Don't be fooled. Guys come for your trash for a reason.
That's true.
And you pay for it to be picked.
You guys don't want to partner for that vending machine business?
How much is it?
For chupas?
You guys are making choose log in here.
You guys are going into my
Man, I mean, as being I've seen those in action.
Yeah.
And I remember you'd collect all those bottles and
You'd find someone there all day.
And they'd carry them in a paper bag.
Yeah, and come and do it.
And put them in and come back with like 2-3 euro, because it was like 25 cents per thing.
And
so
even
the broker
though-
days, it came through.
And even though it was by weighing system, it's still fine. It's still a reward.
Also, let me go to Rwanda, Kigali. Let's go to Kigali.
Thank you very much.
Something small from a mindset perspective of clean day.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Omuganda.
That,
Omuganda.
Yeah.
You get? By Korea, our 99.9% election winner.
Point one.
Big difference.
But I mean, you've got to commend, he has changed the mindset. There's a time, I remember way back in the day, before God blessed me with a car when I was in the months. There's a time a lady literally opened up her window and threw something out. And I remember looking at her and saying, what's wrong with you? And then it hit me, but at their place, there's no bins.
Yeah, trash cans.
Because maybe she comes from the slums and there's no trash cans. So how she looked at me, like she was so confused.
Like, why
are you
also-
upset with the road?
Yeah.
But trash cans is not a thing. In Japan, I was hearing my good boy Trevor Noah saying, in Japan, there are no bins. So whatever you buy, consumerism, you hold with you and you take home and throw it to your bin. That's now another level of mindset.
Of discipline.
Of discipline. Because now they don't even have bins like in the streets and places. So you buy something, you hold that. You buy a Coke can, you're going to hold that can, you're going to put it in your bag. When you get home or the office or into an enclosed environment, that's where you throw it.
I think that's what Mugambi was saying earlier, where it's not one person, it's not one conversation. You must start from somewhere all the way. Because as much as we are having one conversation, we could always be picking trash and making sure it's done. And then one day we hear it was so, these streets, kutageuka Afghanistan, it will be bad. That's what I'm trying to say. There has to be a way that everybody is responsible to the very end. So it can't be half and half. It's one conversation leads to the other.
Yeah, it needs to be. And
so that's how you feel like you're in just a loop.
Those same Japanese people who, after they cheered their team at World Cup and their team lost, they picked all their trash.
Just discipline.
All their trash. After
there's
the game,
a way they
came with their garbage bags and picked all the trash and left their stands completely clean. And the Japanese team, the players themselves, cleaned up their locker room, put all the trash on one side and left a note saying, thank you.
Try Kenya.
What?
In a brand, like a clean as new room.
Yeah.
That's not policy. That's psyche.
It's actually personal responsibility. It's instilled in you. It's the same way. You cannot want to be a leader tomorrow, but your current behavior is a certain way. It's who you are that we are taking all the way. So even the poll speaking about climate, I hope they're like, it's not a cash grab. It's an ingrown. It's something you believe. It's a belief.
Yes. But also my final point would be then thinking long term. Then you seeing the importance of this to the point where you're beginning to instill it in education, into the culture of the country. Yeah. And that means education, that means all the different factors that come
to saying.
Exactly. So are there songs that kids are singing? So many of you, now that version for trash that begins. being part of you. So by the time now you are in university, you are on another level.
Inculcated in you. Something you're about to say?
No, I was talking about Japan.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the
I
thing.
still can. You know, we went to Uhuru Park the other day, and you look for a trash can. Anyway, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that was good.
Yeah, can you see on this happy?
We want
happy
a
note
vent.
If you guys could just leave us here.
Yeah, now we're in
Just
our
take everything
thoughts.
away. Just leave us.
So vexed.